Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, home of the Oakland Raiders, but today, home to the start of another exciting college football season as we are ready to crank it up here in Vegas in the Las Vegas Kickoff Classic. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Vols will put total leather and we'll get started. Just into the end zone and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the tailback. He breaks a tackle. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job, and the pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start, try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Looking to throw, it's Everett. Pocket starts to collapse. He makes the connection, and they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. Bringing it back. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
That's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vols! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, it puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback will audible. To the air, it's Everett. Pressure coming. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Man, oh man, that defensive end had a great get-off on that play. It exploded out of his three-point stance. He's able to use the swim move and get to the QB.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Harris. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But
quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they're going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
When you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense working from the pistol. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. And the Wolverines looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Wide receiver shows motion. Back to pass, it's Everett. Escapes the sack. Keeps looking downfield. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard. They picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
The Wolverines trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Smashes through. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. That is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Right back to the well. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Pick up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll try the toss to the left. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking downfield, it's Morse. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. They continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quick release by the QB. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's first down time in Tennessee.
First down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Using his feet. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
The Volunteers get it past the sticks.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's McKinnon. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. And the Volunteers will try to move the chains on 4th down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll try to pick up the 1st. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your own line, I say go for it every time.
He'll try to slam it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now on 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak trying to get a push. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the 1st half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense is looking really good in the 1st half.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Cincinnati looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the lone running back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Everett. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire 1st half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Get the sack, get in the fumble.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've been outstanding here in this 1st half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great 1st half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football there.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Gets it out quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
All right, defense. It ain't ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. You could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
To the air, it's Morse. Using the quick game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. It's a draw. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Humphreys. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
They've got the screen set up. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll throw it on first down. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man quickly. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the next great one.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Still on his feet at the 45. Off he goes. Touchdown, Volunteers. And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Everett. Gonna take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This is like a gift to have starting field position like this, Jesse.
You're absolutely right. It's ideal. And, David, they practice this. Sudden change situations, you've got to be able to pay this off now if you're on offense.
Yeah, you want to pay it off. You practice it with set up in a goal-to-go situation. This is as good as it gets for this offense to succeed.
And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the pummeling has started.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Jacksonville State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there at JSU. They'll enjoy this one all week. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Fakes his man out. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, it's Everett. Tight in, finds a soft spot. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. This guy fits the bill, big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket that can go through the fake and then make the decision, get the ball out.
Racing down the left side. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he got loose, it was all over.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Line gets set, first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Going with the ground game left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. They'll leave it with him. Bulls his way forward. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in more DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice job by the running back. Listen, he got good yards. He didn't get the first down, but now he's in a situation where third down becomes something where it's not predictable. Now it's a situation where they can go out and have success.
Can't get him to the ground. Got room at the 35. Hit the afterburners, kid. At the 20. Touchdown, Vols! And the stomping has commenced. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And the extra point was good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They say pressure bust pipes. This quarterback can attest to it. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Dropping back, it's Everett. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the grab down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect.
Just keeps moving. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run it from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season. I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Scanning the field, it's Everett. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field. And this guy, I know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows. He's got 97 yards rushing here in the 4th quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. He's He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Try to get it to the edge. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll try the run. What a nice job on the ground, working his way ahead for 7 yards and leaving them with 4th and short. They're about 2 yards away. And the Vols decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Bringing it back, it's Dennis. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Looking to pass. It's Everett. Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the draw play, you know, it's about looking over here, look for pass, and then slipping it in real quick. Defense, too quick getting in the backfield, caging that ball, making it stay in the middle of the field, getting the big TFL.
Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and